Do you sometimes have trouble prioritizing yourself? Now, I say sometimes, but I kind of want to take that back because how we do anything is how we do everything. So if you have trouble prioritizing yourself, and I'll share what I mean by that, in one area, you're likely doing this in every area or many areas. And this is, I promise, going to hold you back. So not to pass any judgment. And if you, after listening to the video, if you feel like this is you, no judgment. Don't feel bad. Just understand that awareness creates change. The moment you become aware of a behavior that or an action that you are doing or not doing that is not serving you, this is an opportunity for you to make a different choice, and then this is going to create a ripple effect moving forward. And it doesn't have to take that long. You can create massive change with little shifts, and it starts with prioritizing yourself. And this is not a selfish thing, because the impact that you have based on the special gifts that only you have, that you can give in only the way that you can, this is yours for you to give. And not only are you going to feel like your best, most authentic, and happiest self when you are actively prioritizing what is meaningful to you, and then you are taking action steps toward that goal, but this is how you're going to help other people in the way that you can. And the world needs your gifts. So by prioritizing what is meaningful to you, that is how you are going to make your impact. That's how you are going to give the world your gifts. And if you are not prioritizing yourself, what is meaningful to you, then you're missing out on that opportunity. And so are other people missing out on what you have to offer. Okay, so let's talk about prioritizing what is meaningful. First, how do you identify what is meaningful? You listen to yourself. You pay attention to your emotions, what feels good, what doesn't. Now, there's so many different people out there that we're all going to have different things that we like doing and that are important to us, and different sets of values and things like that. And so there's no right or wrong, but the only way for you to identify what feels right to you is to listen to and pay attention to, and then honor and then prioritize what is meaningful to you. So for example, I like writing. Writing makes me feel good. I like expressing myself. I like making videos. By taking time to prioritize doing these things, ultimately, I'm going to end up helping other people, because the people that resonate with my message and can benefit from the knowledge that I've equipped, that I can now speak about in certain areas, is going to help those people. But if I say, well, I have this that I need to do, or I was going to sit down and do some videos, but my neighbor called and they need my help with this, so I'm not going to do this, I'm going to go help my neighbor. This is not listening to and prioritizing myself. So sometimes you're going to need to say no. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to get with saying no and with prioritizing what is meaningful and important to you. And so it may feel uncomfortable at first, and that is okay. If this is something that you're not used to doing. I've been in the habit for many, many years now of prioritizing what is meaningful and important to me. So I have to say no a lot, and certain people don't understand that, and certain relationships, friendships may fall away. But remember, when you say yes to what is meaningful to you, and you block out and prioritize your time, again, saying yes to what is meaningful to you, that means you're going to have to say no to something else. We don't have time and room for everything. And so it's going to be up to you to manage your time, and time blocks are a great way to do that, where you say, okay, this is my time block where I'm focusing on this priority that is meaningful to me. And you can reassure yourself by just reminding yourself that, okay, it's a little uncomfortable for me to say no to other people and other things, but I know that somehow, I don't know exactly how or what it's going to look like or when it's going to happen or how it's going to unfold, but I'm listening to my instincts. This feels good. I've got something to offer here. So I'm going to take some time and focus on this, which means during this time, I'm going to have to say no to other things. Now, let's talk about the interview process. Going a little bit deeper here, because this is something that I'm noticing when I'm looking at candidate resumes, and then when I connect with that candidate on the phone. If there is some kind of strange, or if there's a break in the resume, for example, and this stands out to me, I'm going to ask the candidate about the break in the resume, because I need to share this information with the hiring manager to see if it's a flag that we need to be concerned about, or if it's a break that made sense. I will often hear, I've heard this many times over the years, a candidate will say, I took a break from work to help a family member, or something like that. Now, I don't want to judge, so I don't want to trigger or get anybody upset by saying this here. Sometimes it may make sense to have that break. But what if you're somebody that has to work, you don't have that opportunity to take a break? Then you have to figure out a way to manage and prioritize both. And or another aspect of that, which is going to speak to work ethic, but another factor to consider there is this individual, if they took a break from their work, from their career, from prioritizing themselves to just stop working and help somebody else, they are now depleting their resources. And this demonstrates, and probably a hiring manager is not thinking about it on this deep level that I am, but it does demonstrate this break that something is not quite right here. And what's not quite right is that you don't necessarily have your priorities aligned. Meaning, and that's not to be mean, like saying get your priorities straight. It just means that you're not prioritizing what is meaningful to you. And this inability to prioritize what is meaningful is going to show up in other areas, including if you get that job. Now, a hiring manager, like I said, is likely not thinking about it on this deep of a level, but for some reason, they instinctively know this is giving me pause here, this break in the resume that doesn't make sense. Right? So a lot of times we're looking at a resume where it totally makes sense why you left one job to move to another job because this was a step up in your career, or you wanted to expand your skill set, or this was a big increase in income, or this was a promotion, or whatever it is. There are many reasons why career transitions and sometimes even breaks can make sense. But one way to tell is if you look at that break and you ask yourself, you consider how it makes you feel, and you try to identify the emotion when you think about that break. If you find that you're questioning yourself, if it's not a good emotion, was not a good decision, and you likely didn't have your priorities aligned. And even if you don't recognize that you didn't have your priorities aligned, the hiring manager is going to. And again, they won't be thinking about it on this deep of a level, but they are going to have pause. And so instead of choosing to invest more time when they're not certain that this is going to be a fit because they've got a hesitation here, they're likely to pass. All right, so if you have a lot of or some transitions in your resume and or breaks in your resume and your background that you don't feel good about, I don't want you to judge yourself. I don't want you to feel bad. I just want you to become aware, because awareness creates change, and you can make new choices moving forward. But only once we identify, oh, this is a problem. This is a choice that I made. You want to take responsibility. And this was the result, an undesirable result. Knowing this is empowering, because you have the power to make a new choice, which is going to create a new outcome. So it is very important to listen to your instincts, to identify what is meaningful to you, and trust your instincts that you have something to offer in that direction. That's why you're being drawn there. And your direction is likely going to look very different from somebody else's direction. And we're all different, and so that's okay. But when you're not trusting your instincts, then you're more likely to say yes to lots of other things and deplete your resources and then not make your impact. And if you're feeling stuck in the interview process, it could be for many different reasons, but this could be one reason, and I'm seeing this a lot lately. So just in conversations I'm having with candidates, and so I wanted to talk about it and see if it might help somebody out there. So hopefully that helps you. If you got some value from the video, I invite you to like and subscribe to the channel, and that will help me grow the channel. It will help you stay updated on my next video. And you're also welcome to check out my course if you are feeling stuck in the interview process, and see if the course may be a good resource for you if you're not yet ready for one-on-one coaching. But if you are curious about one-on-one coaching, you're also welcome to book a call on my calendar. I'll see you in the next one.